Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. Today I'm here to tell you about 3 books that changed my life and my perspective on the topic of love, and love not just from a very romantic standpoint but also a very spiritual standpoint. So the 3 books that I would like to recommend for you to learn from and imbibe and be nourished by are: number 1 is A Return to Love by Marianne Williamson. It's based on her reflections from a larger book called A Course in Miracles, but I definitely want you to pay attention to A Return to Love. That's kind of like your initiation into the whole process. Definitely take your time with the book. Don't try and be in a hurry to finish it. I think the concepts in it are extremely beautiful and very, very relevant to the world that we're in, not just today, but even if we were born 100 years later or 100 years earlier. The second book that I want to recommend is a book called The 40 Rules of Love. If you're interested in Rumi and his story of how he became Rumi, the great poet, I definitely want you to read this book. Not just from the standpoint of that historic journey of Rumi, but from the standpoint of understanding how the Sufi tradition uses the whole concept of love as a spiritual force. And I think that's really a book that changed my life about 10 years ago. A Return to Love was still more recent. I'd say it came into my life about 2.5, 3 years ago. Apart from that, there's one more book that I want to recommend for sure, and that book is called the Zahir. It's by this author called Paulo Coelho. I know many of us have read a lot of books by Paulo Coelho, and a lot of us swear by the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, but I would believe that the Zahir is probably one of his best works so far. So definitely read that book. Again, the beauty of the book is that it addresses love from a very spiritual standpoint, and that's really the initiation that I want to give you today. So I hope this list is something that holds you in good stead, because we're focusing on the theme of love, and not just love, but love on a more larger level as a spiritual force. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, for your personal growth, and for an increase in your self-awareness. Take care, be well.